Hello, welcome. My name is Sarah if you are new. If this is the first video that you're ever seeing, I don't know if this is the first video that you should watch. It is late at night. It is 10 o'clock, just after 10, and my kids are sleeping and I've got their monitor. They mostly sleep through the night, but sometimes at the beginning of the night they don't settle very well and we have to kind of check on them a bit. But hi, I'm Sarah. I have a bit of like an update video to share with you. So if you've been here before, you've seen my videos before, I am back. Welcome back to you. Welcome back to me. If this is the first video, like I said, this probably isn't the best one. Or, I mean, you're not going to know anything that I'm about to talk about, but you're welcome to stick around and learn about my life and where I've been. Or you can just go ahead and move on to a next video. But basically, I'm going to quickly give a little information about where I've been, why I stopped uploading on my channel, why I took videos off of my channel, and kind of what to expect next. I am tired. I'm not super put together, so I don't know why I'm choosing now to do this, but I filmed my first video in a year, over a year tonight. I did a grocery haul, which will be up the next video. I haven't figured out like a posting schedule or anything. It might be kind of sporadic for a while, but when I was filming that, I realized that I really need to get this part done and edited and up so that you kind of have an understanding as to why there's such a big gap in my videos, because I am going to put those videos back up. So starting, I took the videos down when I stopped uploading because I just felt like, I don't know, I felt a little weird about leaving them up and knowing that I had no intentions or plans on continuing with my channel. And I didn't want to just leave them up, and I didn't want, I guess, people to be expecting there to be more, and then there's just never more. So I just went ahead and took them down. Also, right when I took them down, I had this really big feeling of like, who am I? Who cares? Why am I doing this? Like, nobody's watching this. Why does it need to be up anyway? Which isn't, I shouldn't have thought that way, but there was a lot going on. So the last video was filmed the day that I took our youngest son to daycare. We lived in Minnesota. My husband was working a maintenance tech job for like a rental company, like he would go into apartments and fix things. He like that kind of a maintenance tech. I had a, at the time, part-time job that morphed into a full-time job as the general manager of a new hotel, and that was our new life. A few things that happened during that time is we discovered that daycare was not right for our kids, and me working wasn't right for our family for a lot of reasons. I didn't have the best experience. It wasn't everything that I hoped and dreamed. It did not turn into anything. So if you go back and watch videos that mention like how excited I am or the possibilities of what's to come or anything like that, nothing came of any of it, and I'm okay with that. I realized that my job is to raise my family, raise my kids, take care of my family, take care of my home, help my husband out, things like that. And so the boys stayed in daycare until about September. That's when I also quit my job. It wasn't working out, and we found out that the daycare was being kind of neglectful, and we would have had to switch them to a new daycare anyway. And yeah, it wasn't working. And then, so at the time we were living in Minnesota, my husband wasn't super fulfilled in his job. It wasn't a hard job. He didn't hate it or anything. It was just like kind of monotonous and definitely not fulfilling. He has been in the National Guard since December of 2020, I believe, yes. And the National Guard is typically like a couple training weeks out of the year and weekend drill. Well, last year, it was right before October, he had the opportunity to apply for a position that would be full-time with the National Guard, but he was part of the Iowa National Guard. When we moved to Minnesota, he never like transferred states because the drill base, or the, you know, place that they would do drill, was 3 hours from us in Minnesota, or 3 hours for him to drive back to Iowa. So he just went ahead and stayed with the Iowa National Guard, which ended up being a blessing because that's where a full-time position was open. So he actually got that job and now is full-time Iowa Army National Guard. So that's what he does. And with that job, it moved us back to Iowa. So Army paid for us to move back here. We're so thankful. We didn't love Minnesota, if I'm being honest. Everybody could tell. Everybody knew that. People in our family knew that, I think, before we really did. We wanted to try something new a couple years ago, and it didn't work out in our favor. It just wasn't. I'm thankful for our time there because we learned a lot. When I had Noah, we were at a hospital in Minnesota, and we actually both almost didn't survive. And I believe that the midwife that was there during delivery, what she did and the way she delivered and everything, is the reason that both of us were able to survive. So I'm very thankful for that. I think we were placed in the right place at the right time, type of thing. We learned that we love Iowa. I know a lot of people make fun of it for being like a nothing state or middle of nowhere, but I grew up here and I just really love the people and how it feels and everything, I guess. I don't know. My husband learned that he needs a job that's fulfilling. He was law enforcement like back before we moved to Minnesota, and it was fulfilling, but there was a lot about that job that he didn't agree with or didn't like. So he left that to do the maintenance tech position, thinking that just like a more simple job that like was more predictable than law enforcement would be enough for him. But he found out it just wasn't fulfilling. He wanted something different. I found out that I can go back to work. I still have all of the knowledge from before that I had. I'm still good at my job, but it's not where I'm meant to be. That's kind of in a nutshell what happened. I've also had some health issues in the last year, and that also kind of made me not want to keep coming back to YouTube, because I've had some health issues that have led to weight gain, and I don't like seeing videos of me before and seeing what I looked like and now seeing myself now. And I guess I felt like other people would notice it and maybe make comments or judge me, or I don't know. And I'm sure there probably are some people that would feel that way, but for the most part, people aren't as bad as like we all make them out to be. But it also was getting harder for me as I started to gain weight, to edit, like film a video, see myself in the viewfinder up here, edit the video, so watch myself back again, and then when I post it, I watch it like after I post it just to make sure I didn't like miss any editing errors or like the musical lines and all of that. So it's hard to see myself too, and that was a really big part of it. Where we are now, we moved from Minnesota to Iowa, and we just moved into a rental because we didn't really know. I knew the area. I've lived in the area that my husband is assigned, so stationed. We're not on a base. There's not a base in Iowa. There's Camp Dodge, but it's not like a true military base. That's also where the Iowa Law Enforcement Academy is. We decided to rent so we knew like exactly where we wanted to be, and we've done home buying before where you buy a home contingent on the sale of another home. And we didn't want to do that, and we're glad we didn't do that because our home in Minnesota took a little while to sell, and we didn't want to deal with all of that. Plus, being a full-time National Guard employee, Anthony was eligible for a VA loan after 180 days of active duty service. So we also wanted to wait so that we could have that benefit. So we rented a home for 6 months and looked for homes. This is not our rental. We just bought this home, well, at the end of May, and then we moved in last week. So this room is not painted, but I did paint pretty much the rest of the house. Took some wallpaper down. Fun fact, we are only the second family to live in this home. It was built in 1974, and the family that moved in after it was built never left until The owners passed away. We are only the second family to live here, but we love it. We love the home. We love the neighborhood. It's on a cul-de-sac, so it's like really safe for the kids to be outside. In a nutshell, what's been going on, where we are, I want to get back to this, to filming, to I plan for the channel to just be my life. Cooking, cleaning, organization, home projects, never-ending laundry, grocery hauls, kind of like what we spend for a one-income household, just things like that. Just everyday normal house. You'll see my kitchen is like really old appliances, just normal Midwest mom with 2 small boys. My kids are 3.5 and one just turned 2. If I hadn't said that yet, I don't think I have. So young. I'm thinking maybe 1 to 2 videos a week. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how much I start filming. I need to buy another tripod because that was also part of the like don't do YouTube anymore, is my tripod fell, and thankfully my camera didn't break, but the tripod broke. And I was like, oh well, all of these things are reasons I don't want to make videos anymore. Plus my tripod broke and I don't have a way to stand it. So it's on like a really little one right now, but like that doesn't work well for a lot of things. So I do have to get a new tripod, but I will, and we're going to keep going. So all of that to say, thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to getting back into this. I'm excited. If you have any video requests, let me know. Subscribe before you go if you're not already, and I will see you soon in my first video back at it.